feeling low or heavy, this flow laying down will lift your mood, release stiffness, and leave you glowing with energy. Hey, I'm Woods, yoga instructor, but also former athlete with a very achy body. And I practice yoga to alleviate pain, stiffness, and inflexibility. So, yeah, before we begin, I invite you to support me in growing this channel by giving the thumbs up and subscribing. Say hey, hi, hello in the comments. Hey, friend, hey. Every time you engage with any and every video, it helps me to continue bringing you feel good, exploratory, and body affirming movement. And as usual, I'm going to say 99% of my yoga flows will begin laying down on the backs in constructive rest pose. So let's get to that. However, you like to, take your time, be gentle with your body. And if you're new to constructive rest pose, you lay down on your back, bend the knees, feet wide to the edges of the mat, and allow the knees to fall in towards one another. Hands can rest on the body or anywhere they like. Feel free to take up space with the arms. I like to rest mine on my belly so I can find more ease in connecting with my breath. I can feel the inhale as the belly rises and the exhale as the belly falls. Take two more deep breaths here. Find your next inhale. And on your exhale, lift the soles of the feet off the mat. Let the thighs come to rest on the belly. So you have two options here in wind freeing pose. The hands can rest on the shins if that feels easeful. But if it feels just like a little too much, you can lift the feet up towards the sky. Bring the hands to the back of the kneecaps and then bend the knees again. And now let the thighs rest, the shoulders rest, the elbows rest. Let gravity pull it down towards the ground. And as you inhale here, feel the belly press into the thighs. And exhale, release down. Let's rock a little to the right and a little to the left, massaging the low back. And you might begin to draw circles with your knees in one direction. And begin going in the opposite. And when you complete that third circle, find stillness. Go ahead and release the sole of one foot down to the ground and interlace the hands around the opposite shin. And you might make space here. You can lean that leg out to the side, take your opposite hand, grab for the sides of the belly, and pull it away. And then bring that knee a little bit more closer towards the chest. And then wrap your hands back around the knees. So feel free to make space by moving the body parts that will allow you to move them. And here we'll begin to take ankle circles in one direction and in the opposite, embracing any snap, crackles, and pops. Find stillness in the ankle and release the opposite hand. Bring the same side hand to the top of the knee and begin drawing circles with your hips in one direction. And that hand may release as well to the side. It may stay on top. You can begin going in the opposite direction. It might just let it do whatever it wants to do, what feels good for your body. You might need to guide. You might need it to guide the knee. You might feel more freedom with the release. Lastly, bring the hands back on top of the shin. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring your nose towards your knee. Inhale, release. Exhale, nose towards knee. Inhale, release. And exhale, nose towards knee. Inhale, release. And exhale, release the sole of the foot down to the mat. We'll switch sides. So lift the opposite foot off the ground. And we'll make space. If you have an abundance in the midsection, grab it and bring it over towards the opposite side. And then let the thighs settle in. Interlace the hands around the shin, or if you need, behind the knee cap. Choose the option that feels most nourishing for your body today. And begin to rotate the ankle in circles in one direction and in the opposite. Release the opposite arm down to the ground. Same side hand on top of the knee. Begin drawing circles with the knee in one direction. That hand can stay on the knee for support, or you can release it if you like. And begin drawing circles with the opposite direction. Find stillness here. Interlace the hands around the shin again. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, nose towards knee. Inhale, release. Exhale, nose towards knee. Inhale, release. And exhale, nose towards knee, using your core muscles. Inhale, release. Let the sole of the foot come down to the mat. Extend one leg long. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, roll onto the baby toe side of that foot, coming into reclined tree pose. Allow the sole of the foot to make contact with the inside of the extended leg. And then grow your tree. Bring your arms up and overhead. Let them rest along the mat. Couple deep breaths here. Invitation to stay in this reclined tree pose, or you can bring in a side bend by walking the shoulders towards the corner of the mat as the same side as the bent knee. And take 3 deep breaths here. Find your next inhale. And on your exhale, walk your shoulders back to center. Bring your knee back up towards the sky. Extend that leg nice and long. Take a full body stretch, sending the toes and fingertips in opposite directions. Deep inhale. And exhale with the audible sigh. Pause for a moment and just notice how the two side bodies feel right now. They're two different sides. And when you're ready, bend the knee of the opposite leg. Find your inhale. And on your exhale, roll onto the baby toe side of that foot, bringing the sole of the foot into contact with the inside of the extended leg. We'll take 3 deep breaths here and reclined tree pose. Arms can be wherever. And if you like to grow it, up and overhead, resting on the floor, the ground, can feel really good right now. Find your next inhale. And on your exhale, walk your shoulder over towards the top corner of the mat as the same side as the bent knee. And breathe into your reclined tree with side bend. Take one more deep breath here. Find your next inhale. Walk the shoulders back to center. Bring the knee towards the sky. And extend this leg nice and long. Another full body stretch, sending the fingers and toes in opposite directions. And exhale with the audible sigh. Bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the mat. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, lift the soles of the feet off the mat. 90-degree bend in the knees. Feet are flexed, toes point to the sky. Exhale. Rock a little to the right and a little to the left, massaging the low back. Arms can stay up and overhead, or they can come out to shoulder height, T shape. And drop both knees over to one side, coming into your reclined twist. If you feel any tightness or tension in the low back, you can drop those knees or walk those knees away from the arm. And when you feel content in your low back, tilt the head towards the opposite arm. 3 deep breaths here. Find your next inhale. And on your exhale, bring your gaze towards the sky. Lift one knee at a time and rock a little to the right and a little to the left. Woo! And when you are ready, no rush, drop both knees over towards the opposite side. Check in with the low back. There's tightness or tension. Walk those knees away from the arm. If you want to feel a little bit more, bring the knees a little closer to the arm. Find your sweet spot. And once you're there, tilt the head to gaze down the opposite arm. 2 more deep breaths here. Bring your gaze back towards the sky. And on an exhale, lift one knee at a time. Rock a little to the left and a little to the right. Massaging the low back. Take any final postures that you like before coming into Shavasana. Take your time, no rush. Adjust your clothes if that feels good. Extend the legs nice and long. Heels coming towards the corners of the mat. Toes fall towards the outside of the mat. Arms can rest wherever you like. Feel free to take up the space that feels good for your body today in this moment. And allow yourself to soak in all of the goodness from those previous movements. Invitation to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Please allow yourself to stay in Shavasana until your mood says, okay, I feel better. I'm ready. And then that's when you come out of Shavasana. So allow this video to play out. If you're not ready, stay still. But if your mood feels good, you're not forcing yourself to move because it feels like it's time, but your body really is ready. Go ahead and bring some movement to the fingers and the toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles in circles in one direction and in the opposite. Bring the ankles towards one another. The arms come up and overhead. Wrists come towards one another. Take a full body stretch, sending the fingers and toes in opposite directions. And exhale with an audible sigh. Bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the mat. And roll to your side of choice. The right side being the traditional side in yoga. The left side being the best side for any digestive issues. And take a few breaths here in fetal pose, the first yoga pose we ever knew. Fetal pose is another good place to check in with your mood. And depending on how you feel, if the mood isn't mooding, don't move. If you feel like you have to force the movement, stay here. But if your body is naturally ready to close out together, it's like, okay, yes, I'm ready to move. We'll go ahead and press into the arms, hands, and the legs to rise up to an easy seat. Feel free to adjust the yoga clothes. Take any movements. Oof, that feels good. Shake it out. And we'll do a collective breath together, beginning with our arms down at our sides. Inhale, sun arms up high. Let the palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. You did it. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling after this practice. And remember to check the description to access longer classes, to buy me a coffee if you like, to shop Black Wall Street t shirts in the historic Greenwood district, and to shop any of my recommended yoga essentials. I look forward to practicing again with you in the next video of the Yoga for Stiff, Achy, and Inflexible Bodies series. It's so interesting when us girls be talking.